Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley at sprinkledwithglitter.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I am sharing two adorable card projects featuring the brand new January release from Concord and 9th. You're going to love this love-themed release, and I'm featuring two product bundles. Now this release is full of adorable, and I had a hard time making up my mind, but for some reason this love game bundles just drew me in the moment I saw it. We are a big game playing family, and so I knew I wanted to use this. This bundle includes a fun stamp set, which includes a word search and some crossword themed things, as well as some sentiments that will go along with the coordinating die set. You have a Connect 4, tic-tac-toe, some X's, and some hearts as well. Now, I'll also be using the new Radiant Heart cover plate die, which is a new piercing die from Concord and 9th. I love it. I thought I might use these other stitching hearts, the Stitch of Love piercing die set. I didn't end up using that, but I did use the Radiant Heart. So I'm going to start with my die cutting. There are some kind of open framed hearts as well as some solid hearts. I'm going to use both of those. I'm also going to use that little tic-tac-toe grid. I'm starting by die cutting that from some diamond glitter cardstock. Because I am using a glitter cardstock, I'm going to add my metal shim to my die cutting sandwich to make sure that I get a really clean cut on this glitter cardstock. And then I'm going to die cut this 2 additional times from some plain white cardstock. Now this is obviously a optional step, but I'm doing it to add a little bit of loft and dimension to this really fine die cut. I'll also die cut a couple of these large hearts from the Radiant Heart bundle from some white cardstock, as well as from some Ballet slipper cardstock. Then I'm moving into die cutting the little X's for my tic-tac-toe. I've used poppy cardstock for that. I'm also going to die cut the Radiant Heart background onto some sea glass cardstock. Now this isn't going to actually cut anything. It's going to create a pierced pattern on my card front. Now I didn't get as much impression as I want, and that's because I die cut into the clear plastic cutting plate of my die cutting sandwich. So I ran this back through by placing it on top of the magnetic pad this time, and I got a little more impression with that piercing die. Now this is designed to where you can stitch using some metallic thread, as were the previous kind of piercing dies from Concord and 9th, but I decided just to use it as an impressed pattern for today's card projects. Once I die cut that, I took about 1/8 of an inch off of every side to just make it a little bit smaller. And now I'm stacking up these 3 die cut hearts using some tape runner adhesive just to give it some dimension for my card front. I'm arranging my tic-tac-toe pieces here, or the grids. There are some kind of wider grids, so I'm just orienting all of these the same way on my work surface and adding a little bit of liquid glue to the front side of those 2 white die cut pieces. Once I have the liquid glue added, I'm going to take the glitter cardstock piece and lay that directly on top. And because I have everything oriented in the same direction, I'm just going to stack those up and make sure I press the edges together with my fingertips. I'm then going to take some liquid glue and add this on to this pink heart. It's a little higher than center just to allow me some space to add a heart in that lower left-hand corner and not kind of crowd it out. So now I have my die cut pieces. I'm using some tweezers to help me position these into this little tic-tac-toe grid. I have a little bit of liquid glue on the back of this red X. I'm going to place that in the center right, and then I will place the other one in the upper left. Then I have the open heart in the top right and the lower left using some liquid glue again. And then I have a solid heart that I'm placing in the dead center so that we make a little tic-tac-toe here, and I won. Now I wanted to give you some suggestions for embossing with white embossing powder. I'm going to show you first how to take a sentiment that's straight and kind of line it up on a banner. First, I'm going to pick up the sentiment using an acrylic block, and then I'm just going to use my thumb to kind of push the front part of that sentiment up on the block just a little, And then I will push the last part of the sentiment down on the block a little bit. I'm just kind of curving the sentiment directly on the acrylic block to make it fit the shape of my banner. It's very subtle, but it's going to help it look more intentional on this banner piece. Now for the tips for white heat embossing, I recommend always starting with an anti-static powder tool. Now I'm going to come in and stamp with some white pigment ink. This is going to help disguise any areas where I may miss some embossing powder. And I am going to add my white embossing powder and then tap it off. Now, before I heat set it, I'm going to take a dry brush and I am going to make sure that I remove any bits of embossing powder that may be hanging out on this cardstock before I heat set it. Those little tiny flecks of embossing powder can really bloom out and really be visible on your finished card project. So you want to remove those before you heat set it. Then I am going to heat set my embossing powder. I did heat set from the back side. I'm finding really good results with this recently, and that gives me great white embossing powder results on a colored cardstock. Now, once I have this done, I am going to die cut another piece of diamond glitter cardstock using that same banner piece, and I'm going to kind of align them offset and adhere them together using a little bit of liquid glue. Now that I have all of my elements, it's time to put this together. So I'm adding some foam adhesive behind this heart and also behind my banner that I created and adhering those to my card front. I am going to create a top folding A2 size card base from some linen white cardstock. It has like a linen-y texture. This measures 4¼ by 11 inches and I'm scoring it at 5½ inches to create this top folding A2 size card. And then I'll add my entire card front onto the card base using a panel of foam adhesive. Now to add a little bit more sparkle to this card, I'm going to grab some sparkling clear confetti, embellishment tool, and some liquid glue and just sprinkle some of this confetti on the front of my card project. Now, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but in the middle of all of this card making, I had actually messed up this card. I had forgot to film part of it and I had to refilm part of it. And so I had an additional kind of layout with this heart and this background ready to go. So I thought I would create an additional card. I finished this card off, by the way, by adding some glossy accents to that center heart there in the middle of my tic-tac-toe. It looks a little cloudy now, but when it dries, it will dry clear and it will give that heart a lot of dimension and shine. So here's where I had that other card assembled, but I had forgotten to film it. So I took the Love Ya die from the Radiant Heart die set and I die cut the word love from poppy cardstock 3 times. I'm going to add some liquid glue on the back of these and stack them up. So this is going to be very similar. It's just going to have a couple of different elements that kind of set it off from the first one. So you can leave a comment in the YouTube comments below and let me know which of the 2 cards ended up being your favorite. Once I have these stacked up, I'm going to take some liquid glue on the back of this very delicate die cut and place it kind of at a slant over the top of my tic-tac-toe grid. Now I have the XO stamp from the Love Game stamp set. I'm stamping that in some Obsidian pigment ink from Altenew onto some white cardstock and just trimming it down into a small little banner and placing that onto my card front. Again, finishing off this card with a few sparkling clear confetti pieces and some liquid glue just to give it a little more shine. And I will add that glossy accents to that center watermelon heart as well. I don't know if I mentioned that I use watermelon for these heart pieces, but I love this color combination and I actually love the addition of that pop of black on this second card. Don't forget to let me know in the comments below which of the 2 cards you like the most. Now, as always, I will have links to the featured products used in these projects in the description at YouTube. So if you're looking for something in particular, be sure you check there. This brand new release from Concord 9th is available today, so you'll want to shop early for best selection. As always, you can head on over to my blog. I'll have it linked in the YouTube description below. Over there, you'll find more still shots, more information, and a complete list of supplies. I want to say thanks so much for stopping by and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed these card projects. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notifications here so you don't miss any of my card making, paper crafting, and live stream video tutorials. Thanks again for stopping by and hanging out with me today and for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. It will be linked in the YouTube video tutorial below so that you can stay up to date on all the happenings at Sprinkled with Glitter. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day. Thanks for sticking around to the very end. You know, if you've made it this far, you are one of my favorites. To subscribe to my channel, go ahead and click the button on the left side of the screen. And here's a couple more video tutorials I thought you might enjoy.